What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, "Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. Come and watch my fight." Floyd Mayweather, "Easy work. I'm rich." And Manny Pacquiao, "Yes, it's up to my promoter. Just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego signing off. Showtime, Shawn Porter reportedly coming back against an undefeated fighter, but it may not be who you think. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Let's get it. Head over to my link. Sign up for Patreon. I'm doing the group sessions. Check out the group videos. Get some different opinions, thoughts. We're talking about boxing. It's a good time. So sign up for Patreon. Helps the channel grow. Or hit the YouTube join button. Now, rumor has it, sources, Shawn Porter's next fight will take place August 22nd on Fox against unbeaten German welterweight Sebastian Formella, with Caleb Truax and Alfredo Angulo targeted for the undercard. So there's multiple people reporting this, and I want to talk about it. First of all, I'm not really familiar with the opponent, but I'm going to explain why I'm not mad at Shawn Porter if he does fight this Sebastian Formella guy. So I have his box rec pulled up. Nothing stands out. He is a ranked person, under just below average KO power. He's from Germany. He's definitely taller than Shawn Porter at 5'11". Doesn't really have any notable wins on his resume. He's kind of fought in Germany, predominantly. It looks like Sweden, things like that. But he's a ranked guy. I mean, he looked like Macklemore. "I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket." That's who with that hair, bro. That hair, he looking like Mac. "I'm gonna pop some tags." He looked like Macklemore. Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine, dressed in all pink, except my gator shoes, those are clean. "I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20. Now let me stop. But nothing really stands out about his resume. But I'm not mad at Shawn Porter or Fox for this fight. I'm gonna explain why. Because Shawn Porter, boxing fans are fucking stupid. There's a lot of them that are fucking stupid, bro. Shawn Porter has a crazy resume, and he just fought killers back to back. He just fought Errol Spence and did much better than a lot of people thought he was gonna do. Some people even had him winning. All of his 3 losses, he's never been knocked out. They are all respectable. Every single one of them, from Kell Brook to his loss to Keith Thurman to the Errol Spence loss where he got knocked down, and that could have been the difference maker. So I'm not going to get mad at Shawn Porter for fighting you guys and getting dropped and having a tough fight in that fight. I don't even think they counted as a drop, but he got dropped in my opinion. That was a tough ass fight against a ranked Cuban, and then fighting Errol, then pushing him to the brink, where we had to see man down. And you even seen Errol Spence post fight with Shawn Porter. I was at the fight. He had a respect for Shawn Porter because before he was popping ish, saying that Shawn Porter, you fight like you drowning, like you swimming, man down. You an in shape street fighter. He was saying that. And then after, he was pushed to the limit. It was a good fight of the year for me. So why would I get mad at Shawn Porter for fighting a ranked German guy. And the funny thing is, old media in the pandemic, they're going to say they deal with all these other pandemic fights even before pandemic. Like Tyson Fury fought a German opponent, Tom Schwarzenegger. Yeah, hey Dylan, you son of a bitch. Yeah, what are you doing, Quaid? Right? He fought against a German opponent, Otto Weilin, Tom Schwartz, and nobody had ever heard of him. And the claim to fame was that he was ranked, and that was after he just fought Wilder and got knocked out in the 12th round, and he switched sides and went to Top Rank and jumped out of negotiations with Wilder, bought himself some time and took 2 tune-ups. But old media doesn't have a problem with that. But, you know, it's so predictable, their movement. If this fight is announced, they're going to hassle Shawn Porter, say, hey, yo, why are you fighting this Sebastian guy? Because like I said, I've never heard of him. But if you look at this man, look at his schedule, bro. Look at his schedule. This man from 2015, we'll start there, fought Adrian Broner at a catchweight because Broner was the A side. So he made the catchweight, had to come down a weight. Very next fight, he fought at the full 47 against Keith. You better not duck me, Thun. One-time Thurman. Then he stopped Andre Berto. Keith Thurman fight was a classic that did millions on CBS, I think it was. Then he stopped Berto in an eliminator. Then the WBC gave him a second eliminator against Granados. And then he beat him with an injured hand. I was at that fight as well. Then I went to this fight with Danny Garcia. Shawn Porter beat Danny Garcia, close exchange, respectable loss to Danny. It was a close fight. Then he fought Ugas, and then he fought Spence. Like I said, boxing fans are fucking stupid. If you have a problem with Shawn Porter, who's been fighting killers and difficult fights since 2015 by fighting a ranked, unheralded guy, this ain't the channel for me, because I'm not here for no Porter slander, right? I'm not here for Porter slander. And it's not just like, because I know him or whatever, but you got to be realistic. You got to like Virgil Ortiz, Golden Boy, the best they could give him was a guy that Errol Spence destroyed and stopped. Danny Garcia and Amir Khan got hurt and got dropped and, still somehow survived and beat Samuel Vargas. And that's who he's fighting. But Porter's fought killer after killer after killer. And before that, he's fighting the likes of Paulie Malignaggi, Kell Brook, Eric Bonet off of the Kell Brook loss. I mean, the man deserves, I can't, you have to be realistic. A lot of you guys that are boxing fans that are unrealistic, and Shawn Porter got to fight Crawford and coming off the Spence loss with no belt, it's just not realistic. And the funny thing is, we are in a pandemic where there's a lot of promotions and networks and stuff, and they're giving you matches that no one's really asking for. And I'm not hearing no complaints about it. Like, they're talking about Canelo versus Quigley possibly. I don't know one person that requested this. Same with Shawn Porter. I don't really know anyone that had requested that Porter fight this Sebastian dude. But like I said, you have to give him some credit and you have to give him some slack when his resume is Errol Spence, Ugas, Danny Garcia, Adrian Granados, Andre Berto, Keith Thurman, Eric Bonet, Adrian Broner, Kell Brook, Paulie Malignaggi, Devin Alexander. Come on, bro. Meanwhile, Triple G never rematched Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko is now fighting a black fighter aligned with the same people as Shawn Porter in Jamal Charlo. Triple G, he barely wins, and I think he lost the Derevyanchenko fight, doesn't rematch him, and he might fight a guy that looks in his division to be worse than whoever this guy Shawn Porter's fighting. Camille says Meta, right? This is who Triple G is slated to fight. This man has 21 fights and 5 knockouts. So what are we talking about? Don't tell me anything about Shawn Porter, bro. Again, you got to be realistic. The man's coming off a loss. He's not a champion. And we are in a pandemic. And Showtime has released a killer schedule. And I think Fox is going to follow suit and probably give us some big fights like Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola is something that is being talked about. So, like I said, tough fight after tough fight and always being in shape and always being game. You're not going to do Shawn Porter like that. You're not going to do Shawn Porter like that at all. Not on my channel. Because, listen, I'm pro fighter. The moment these fighters stop doing what they're supposed to be doing, I'll be the first to admit it. But Shawn Porter, man, he had that big boy schedule for quite some time, you know. And if we're going to give a pass to Triple G and Tyson Fury and, you know, Lomachenko could fight Anthony Corolla, then why can't Shawn Porter, with this type of lineup and this type of damn schedule, why can't he take a off of a loss? You know, see, like Triple G just allegedly won versus Derevyanchenko, and he fighting the guy with 5 knockouts in 21 fights. You see what I'm saying? Shawn Porter lost, and he's going after an undefeated guy, and we just haven't heard of him. This guy, you know, maybe he's good. Just because you haven't heard of someone doesn't automatically make them bad. But some of these other guys, like Anthony Corolla, Lomachenko fought him. I had already seen him fight. I knew he wasn't going to beat Lomachenko, right? So that's my 2 cents. I'm not mad at Shawn Porter. I wouldn't even, you know, a lot of boxing fans. What does it say? Black Lives Matter on BoxRec? Damn. Okay. BLM. Again, I'm not gonna accept that, because if you have a problem with this fight in a pandemic with Shawn Porter's resume, as I just illustrated, then I don't even respect your opinion, damn near. You know what I mean? Because you're not even a realistic boxing fan. Like I said, it's okay for Virgil Ortiz to fight against Samuel Vargas. It's okay for Sinisi Estrada in a title fight by Golden Boy to fight some lady with a mom on her trunks and get blasted out in 7 seconds, because come to find out, she really wasn't even a pro fighter. She had fought 5 scrubs because her husband was a boxing promoter. So she had 5 club level fights against girls off the street. You know, that's acceptable. Boxing got to start getting this right, bro. New media, digital mob, I represent boxing. You know, it is what it is, but we got to start getting it right. We got to start critiquing some of the right things. And that's what I do on my channel. It's okay to critique. It's okay. Like if someone's reasonable and say, hey, I'm not really checking for this fight, but respect to Shawn Porter, I wouldn't even be mad at that. But it's the double standards that kill me. It's the double standards. You gonna get mad at Shawn Porter with 3 respectable losses, no knockouts, and coming off of a loss for fighting some undefeated unknown guy, but you didn't say nothing to Tyson Fury for fighting Otto Wallin, who was unknown, or another German fighter just like Shawn Porter is slated to possibly fight, you know, and Tom Schwartz. So, you know, the double standards have to quit. And the other thing is, like, the clout chasing has to quit. Man, we coming, new media. Let me know what you guys think, but I think this is probably just a break from a tough schedule if they do make this fight with a ranked guy in a pandemic. You know, Shawn Porter, I seen he was training and things like that. So I'm not really mad at it, because we know it's going to lead to something big. I don't want to see, nor do I think I will see, Shawn Porter continue fighting unknown people. So it's probably get this out of your system, pandemic, you know, get this victory unless you lose, you know, and then you'll get back in the mix with the bigger fights. PBC has majority of the best welterweights outside of Terrence Crawford and I guess Virgil Ortiz, but he's in Jaron Ennis. I don't think he's technically signed to PBC at the moment, but he is fighting on a PBC Showtime card. So I just look for big fights from Shawn Porter going forward, but I'm not mad at him, you know, taking the tune-up. It's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Sign up for ESPN Plus. You guys seen the commercial at the beginning. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.